Hello, hello. I am live. There we go. Okay. Um, Back to our 8 by 8 album. So, for those that did join the class, thank you. If you are interested in knowing how to, um, I'm going to bring my camera up just a bit here. Hello, Wendy. Sorry about the jiggle. I should have done this first. There, I just felt like I needed my camera just a smidge taller. Sorry about this. That's my stand. Oh, wait a minute. I think I'm a little bit crooked. Okay. Um, so for those that are interested in knowing how to put this together, let me just put that down, take down that. I do have a QR code for it, but I haven't figured out how to just pop my QR code in the corner, like either that corner or that corner. And maybe one day I'll figure it out. But anyway, what a fun album to create. So let me hide that. If you are interested, you can get a hold of me at denisewillerton@gmail.com and I can get you that info. So for those that were with me last week, right here, let's remove that. Right here is where we ended. Okay, so we created this pocket and all of these little goodies that slip into there. There's our photo frame, and we did this, and I believe, right, we placed a magnet. Okay, and so now let's move that. Hi, Kathy. Let's move this out of the way. So this is what we did last week. Added on an extra flap, if you remember that. So this was not part of the original tutorial, which is great because it shows you that once you get comfortable in the building of this, you can actually add your own little items here and there. So here's the flap, here's the magnets, and let's get in camera here. There we go. So we're going to cover this. We're going to cover this and build our waterfall. And hopefully we will get to the end of that. I need to pick Katie up at 2:30. So I would like to be gone shortly after 2. I cut it a little bit close last week and I was a little bit panicked. Okay, we had decided that we really liked this for either side of the flap, and I am still liking it. I've got my smoky slate on standby, so I remember to dust my edges, and I think I am still liking this. I feel like I am not in a good position here. So I think I still like this, girls. So let's go for it. And I definitely want my wood grain up and down, okay? We are going to measure this. So Kathy, are you home? And I'm so sorry that I needed to change the date for my BYOP. It was coming way too quick and I just knew I wasn't going to be ready for it. I think I want this portion here on that side of the flap. So let's get our little cheat marks in there. So girls, because I know both of you have this album, have you been working on them? And let's cut this. I want to cut long and narrow. Kathy, are you home today or are you at the office. And I lost my cut mark, or did I cut it off? Where are you? I cannot see it. Oh, you know why? That's my scrap. That's why. This is what I want, and my cut mark is right there. Found it. Oh boy. And Wendy, you have been too busy to play. Well, you know what? I don't know if you're able to come, but I have on Tuesday evening, I have two BYOPs this week. I really want to help you girls get your albums, beautiful piece of scrap, done and all of that. And so I have on Tuesday evening, I have a BYOP from 6:30 to 9 here in our home this coming Tuesday. And then on Saturday, I actually have an all day. So you will be able to knock off lots of your book. Now, I think there is wow, there's sort of writing on here, but, oh, there it is right here. So you can sort of, no, I think it goes this way. There's the writing right here. So there's an S, an O, a U, and an N. So this is the top. Okay. And Kathy is working from home today. Kathy, have you picked up your baby album? It is so beautiful. Let's get those edges dusted. Amazing that I'm remembering to do that. And then I've got my nice big silicone mat. So that'll be perfect. Kathy, I have your card with the bumblebees on it that you won from my live on Thursday. That was so fun. Super fun. Okay, tuck that away. That's going to go down there. There's my dry fit. I like what I'm doing. Okay. Well, and that's okay, Kathy, because you know what? Sometimes you want to work on it when you're fully present, right? You don't want to just kind of smash it together. I think I am mostly in camera here. And again, I think I say this every time. I try to stay away from the exact edges. So I did something different with the, not that you're signing up for this, but I created, and I have never done it before. And you know what, Wendy and Kathy, maybe you saw it. I created on Facebook an event that I was going live today. Did you girls see that? I never had a chance to look. Try not to stick my fingers in the glue. So I removed the backing of my magnet. And again, my magnet is not super close to the edge because then I've got nothing to, I don't have enough room to tuck my design paper around that magnet. Okay, let's put this down in case there's oozing. Kathy, I love your book too. It's beautiful. Let's pull the glue inside. There's my magnet. Right there. And then we're going to push it out to the edges. It's a little bit difficult because I'm working on different layers here. So Dean has gone sledding for the weekend. So lucky me, I think I'm going to sit down tomorrow and get our tax returns done. Get that totally finished. And then that's a big job off my to-do list. I'm going to eat that frog. I almost need, let's see here. I don't know if this is going to help, but I feel like I am so uneven here. Yeah, that sort of does help. Okay. That side is done and I love it. Let's measure this side. So I want to, here's my seam or my my score mark. Here is where I attached the flap. I don't know if you can see that, but I want to make sure that I am beyond that and about a 1/16 of an inch. I think I'm going to have a hard time seeing my cut marks on that side. So let's go this way. We are going to be about right here. I'm going to give myself a little arrow because I'm going to have a hard time seeing it. And then let's make sure that I am about a 1/16 of an inch from the top. And I'm going to pull it this way so that I can see where I'm going. And I want about a 1/16 of an inch down here. Okay. Let's get that chopped. I did some die cutting with a new die set that I purchased. I'm going to show you in a second. So there's my little arrow because I want to see where I'm going here. There we go. I haven't even stuck my head outside. I don't even know if it's nice out or not. We're going to erase all of that arrow. There's my cut mark, and I'm not in camera. There's my cut mark right here. We're going to line that cut mark with the edge of my cutter, of the cut blade. And I've got a beautiful piece of scrap. Let's get that erased. I gotta watch the time too because time flies when you're having fun, and I am having fun. It actually is so fun to just do this and hang out with you at the same time. I think I'm good. I think I'm good. And Kathy, I too love your book so far. Kathy, I don't know if you're able to come on Tuesday night. I can't remember if we chatted about that for BYOP. Get your head out of the office for a minute and come and play. I'm not sure what I'm going to do for baking yet. my last class, I did a cinnamon loaf, which I hadn't done in a while. So it'll either be a honey rhubarb cake or a Saskatoon buckle, and I think it's the last of my Saskatoons. Our Saskatoon patch has come to an end for this season, I think. Sorry if this is like super loud. I'm trying not to be under the camera, but it's hard not to be. Okay, let's do that dry fit again. I just want to double make sure, because I am working on black. I am starting a new album, and I think I'm going to do it, the base, in crumb cake. There, now I can see more where I'm at. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Oh boy, how is he doing? I feel so bad. Okay, we're putting glue on this side. Yeah, I guess Warren can't drive at all, can he? Wow. You know what? The things we take for granted. The glue is coming to an end. I need to also plan, today's the 7th of March. I also need to plan my team meeting for this month. And maybe another card share would be great. So having said that, get your cards ready. Let's remove that backing. And let's put this down. What a difference putting a piece of white behind here makes. I can see exactly where I need to be. Okay. A little bit of glue right there. Let's just wipe that up. Let's just go back and forth and smush all that glue everywhere it needs to be. Oh, that's my magnet. I'm like, what is that? That's the other magnet. Remember, I put magnets on both sides here. Oh, yeah, right, because they put drops in or whatever. I remember taking my mom to hers too, Kathy. Make sure we get that glue right to the edges here. I don't want my design paper lifting. Okay, so now that is done, and there's the magnet. Okay, and I mean, you can always add a pocket if you want. I love this. Look at how that, look at. Not planned, but worked. Not planned, but worked. Okay, let's put that under there. We're going to put a big piece of design paper. Now, when you go to put your design paper on your last page, it's really, what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of like a, not a mirage. Easy to think that you're measuring right here, okay? but you're not. Let me pull this up. Maybe this will make sense for those that have taken the class. So here is the, right here. Easy to think that that's where you're measuring, but you know what? Your book opens and closes here. So this is where we are measuring, not remembering. Did I say remembering? This is where we are measuring here. And then you're going to have a strip. That's your gusset. You're going to have a strip of black, okay? And you can always put down a piece of design paper down there if you want. But this is our point of measuring right here for the design paper, okay? Now, a lot of this is going to get covered with our waterfall, but we still want to put our design paper down here before we do our waterfall, okay? So let's see what we have. And see, that's not wide enough because I need to go from here to here, and this probably measures like no, from there. Yeah, this is going to be measuring like 7 and probably 3/8 by 7 and 3/8. Okay, so we need a full piece of design paper, not a scrap. So this could work. And I don't mind that. A lot of that's going to get covered. So depending on which way I do the waterfall, I can do the waterfall this way or this way, okay? There's no right or wrong. But just to show you that a lot of that, if my waterfall is coming down this way, this is basically what you're going to see. If my waterfall is coming down this way, this is what you're going to see on either side. I don't mind that. I do not mind that one bit. What else do I have? Those are 6. I need wider than 6. Oh, I want to show you something. This is, who remembers the design paper, He's the Man? Now in here, mind you, I'm not on wood grains right here, so, but here is He's the Man. And so a lot of my album is in the kind of earth woodsy tones. And look at this. So when I come across these ephemera sheets, what I like to do is, and I pulled one out and I put it right here. I like to get myself another little memory keeper box, and I just like to pop all of these out. And then I've got them and I'm ready to go. Like, how perfect, is this for masculine albums or masculine cards? This would not work for my grandchildren. They don't drink beer at the moment. Barbecuing, arrows, all kinds of things. So let's just take the time to pop all of these out. And then the rest of this I just trash. Gold stars, because all of these little pieces are great for decorating our pages. So once I get the album covered, then we're going to start again on page 1, and we're going to start adding the pictures because I want to show you the process of that, okay? Because there's more to it than, for me anyway, than just putting, this one's not coming, there we go, than just putting the pictures down. These are so cute, I love them. Something like this, I would sponge the edges. It's like just sand at the beach. Best Dad Award. Sorry that you have to watch this. I guess I should have had most of it out, but now that I'm in the middle of it, look at this. This is so perfect for journaling. Yeah, the picture process is a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, Wendy, and easy to get a little bit overwhelmed, but I think what I'm going to do is before I do my lives showing the picture process, I'm already going to know what I'm putting down rather than, agonizing over it with you girls. Because I want to try and do it in chronological. Who remembers these? Remember these gold and silver things that we would put on corners of pictures to hold them down? You can totally do that. Here's a hammer. Another set of corners. A bow tie. This is so my son Andy, when he was little, or even not little, I think it was up until grade, I'd have to look back, grade 4, he had to wear a bow tie on picture day. And I feel like, whoopsie, I smacked my camera on the way up here. Yeah, I love photo corners. They are fun. Okay, the car. The old vintage car, and then I just like to take a second look to make sure I've got it all, and that is trash. Okay, so I'm obviously not going to be doing anything with that right now, but I just wanted to show you how convenient those little boxes are. And I don't know that there's going to be anything in here that I'm going to be using quite yet, but that's Here's the Man. We need blueies. And here we go, back with this, which I adore. And this design paper, again, is the Everyday Happiness, which is currently available, okay? This is currently available in the Stampin' Up! Store. And so, although this is okay, I think I am going to prefer this because it ties in perfectly. Look how perfect this is. So there's our black gusset, and I love that flow. So there it is. And then we're going to decide what we're doing with our waterfall. See, this works too, actually. Because that pulls the gold in. I have a decision to make. So it would look like this with the waterfall. So Kathy and Wendy, I think I have just the two of you here. Oh, there is somebody else here, but I'm not sure who it is, and that's okay. Don't be shy. Come and say hello. But we've got this gold happening here, and this is wild wheat. So do we pull that wild wheat into this? Most of it's going to get covered. Or, I know I like it too, Wendy. Or do we do this? I think I know which way I'm leaning. I just want to see what you girls say. But I think I know what I want to do. I'm going to measure it. And I can always erase my marks if I need to. But you know what? I am going with the gold. I want that piece behind me so I can see where I'm going. And then at the bottom, So get this to the height that I want, or you measure it, and I believe it's probably about 7 7/8 around there. Okay, let's get these design papers tucked away so I'm not tripping on them. And let's trim that out. Dust our edges, and down she goes. And Wendy, I am with you. I like the gold, definitely. Definitely like the gold. So this is video number 8. So it has taken, because I'm pretty sure, where are we at here time-wise? We're good. Katie, wait for Grandma. She is coming. Yeah, I am about 7 and... Yeah, I'm not quite 7 and 7/8. I hope I'm cutting this. Oh, and Kathy likes the blue checks. Okay, wow. We've got 2 girls here that are voting on different patterns for my last page. I'm going to have to take another look before I dust my edges. So here we've got our checks, and so that would probably fit about there. And I do like it. I love it. And it pulls this in right here. It pulls that in. And if I flip this over, it's entirely different. Isn't that strange how that happens? And then most of that's going to get covered, and it'll be like that. I am having a really hard time. I am having a really hard time. Some of our waterfall can have close the page. Oh, okay. Okay, so close the page. And then this would have, well, this is the waterfall, Kathy, so there's going to be several of them, but I cover them with design paper, right? So either my score mark is going to be along the top, pardon me, and this will be the width of my waterfall, or, because there's no right or wrong, or my waterfall is going to sit this way and the score line would be at the top. But all that to say that the waterfall is going to be covered with paper. So this could potentially be the look, okay, if we had the gold back there and now you're not seeing. So if we had the gold in the back, we could potentially put this here. And then if this page was closed, this is what we're looking at, okay? And if this page was closed, which is black and white, so, okay? So now there's kind of a look of what it's going to be. You know what, Kathy? Good point. Now let's take this and flip it this way. And let's put our waterfall down. And we would do the opposite on that. So this is what it would look like this way. Okay. Now if I close the page, that's what we've got. So, I mean, there's no right or wrong. There really isn't. I think I just need to eeny, meeny, miny, moe it. because I love both. I really do. There's no, just make a decision, Denise. Make an executive decision. I think I'm going to put this side down. I think that's what I'm going to do, just because it's entirely different. And when this page is open, I love how this is actually pulling that in a little bit too. This is my biggest stress for the day. I think you're doing good. Maybe gold. I love both too. I know. I hear you. And for those of you who sign up with my newsletter, if I ever send you a personal email and not my standard MailChimp newsletter, on my signature, it says trust the paper. And this is exactly the reason. Just trust the paper. It all ends up looking beautiful. We're just dusting the edges, and I try not to do that under my camera because I just feel like it would be extremely noisy. And it probably is. I don't go back and rewatch my videos. I don't edit them. So when I do my blunders, you get to see the action and the non-perfect way that I create. I bumble through and I make mistakes, and then I get to fix them, and you get to see how I do that process. Let's do this. I'm just bringing a little more of that dusting to each edge here. Okay, let's get our glue down. Do my dry fit again, and I love it. Blunders are so perfect. I agree. I agree. This just seems like the glue that keeps on giving, because I keep thinking that it's empty, but look what I'm getting. Kind of nice. Okay. Let's put that down without sticking our fingers in it. So if anybody is watching on Instagram, because I think I've got this streaming live on Instagram, if you are commenting, unfortunately, I'm unable to see it because the comments do not come through at my end. Oh, yes, blunders. That's okay, Wendy. I knew what you meant. I did read blenders, but then it didn't take long for me to realize. And yes, microphones. Yes, gotta love spell check. Not. Okay, let's get our waterfall down. And so our biggest decision there is, are we scoring at the 5.5 or the 6.25? And there's no right or wrong. Let me show you. So if we do 6.25 along the top. So on my tutorial, when it says score at or score along the 6 1/4 side, I think is how my tutorials read. That means you're putting the 6 1/4 at the top. So if we do a 6 1/4 at the top, we're going to come down about there from the top, and it is going to be about a 1/2 inch all the way down. I haven't scored anything yet. And if you do it this way, where you're scoring along the top, you're going to end up with 5 waterfalls, okay? So they would line up approximately like that, okay? Now, if you decide to flip the whole thing and score at 5 1/4, you're only going to have 4 pages that work, because your bottom one is going to come down past your book. Okay, so I think for Owen's book, I want more room for pictures, so I'm going to score along the 6 1/4 at the top, which gives me 5 pages down. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so we're going to score. Where's my scoreboard? So the tutorial would say along the 6 1/4 side, so the 6 1/4 would be at the top, you're going to score 1/2 inch, which gives you that orientation, okay? But I want to go long this way. So with the 5 1/2 along the top, let's score 1/2 inch, okay? Now with this one here, you know how we miter our corners? With the waterfall, we do not miter our corners, okay? And I'm going to show you why as soon as these start coming down, okay? My writing, I'm not going to worry about it unless it was really, really close to my score mark, because this is going to get covered by either a photo or a journaling page or design paper, okay? So we've got our 5 sheets, our 5 waterfalls. Let's burnish those nicely. We are not mitering. The why will be explained very shortly. We just might have time to get these all covered, and it looks so cool. It really does. Okay, so from the very top, we want about, let me see, we want about 1/2 inch. I'm going to put my, I don't know if I want 1/2 inch. I think I want about 1/4 inch. So I'm going to put my alignment tool. I'm tucking my book right in the corner. I'm going to grab my 1/4 inch, and I'm dry fitting. I'm going to dry fit. So let's take 1 page of our waterfall, and I'm going to line that up along the top. I'm going to actually eyeball on either side. I don't want to go right in the corner here. I'll show you, because if I do, this is how this is going to land, and I want this more centered in here. So make sure your book is nice in the corner. If you don't have an alignment tool and you're interested in one, I can hook you up with the person that creates this. So I'm eyeballing left, right, and if I let go of that, you know what I'm going to do? because I don't want that to move. This is removable, okay, or repositionable. Let's get a little piece on that, okay, and let's start that process again. And I don't think I want a 1/4 inch. I think I want 1/2 inch. Let's move to our 1/2 inch. And let's see if that's too much. Is this making sense what I'm doing? I'm eyeballing left and right, but I know I'm nice and straight along the top. So this would be placement with 1/2 inch, okay? And I like that. So that's my 1/2 inch marker. If I did, so that's where placement would be. If I did 3/8 of an inch, so if I just brought that up just a smidge, do I want 3/8 or 1/2? I think I like the 1/2 inch. Now these are all marked, like they're indented, but I like to write with my Sharpie so that I can just look at my entire box and just find the size that I want. Okay, let's start this process again. Let's put a strip of tear and tape on that. That's not going to be long enough. Let's grab our mat so none of our adhesive sticks. Okay, so I'm going to grab my tear and tape. Please do not buy adhesive from the dollar store. You get what you pay for. This is another must-have tool that my same friend creates on her 3D printer. Let's go ahead and put our adhesive down on each waterfall. Okay. And then, yeah, Wendy, I agree. I like the 1/2 inch too. The 3/8 of an inch was just a smidge too short. And I have a feeling that with the 1/2 inch, by the time I get down to the bottom of my page with my last waterfall, we're going to have really nice placement. Really, really nice placement. Sorry for that rattling. You know what? That's my zipper rattling up against my table. Okay. So now our adhesive is all down, and let's start this process again. So I'm going to make sure my platform is nice and tight in the corner. We're going to put our measuring tool on top of this ridge because I've got ridges in there. Okay, and let's remove our backing. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because for my very first waterfall, I want to make sure that I'm perfectly straight and that I'm not crooked. Because if I'm crooked, by the time I get down to my last one, the whole waterfall is going to be at an angle. Don't ask. So we're eyeballing left and right for placement. And if I'm not perfectly in the corner or aligned left and right, I'm okay with that. I'm more concerned with the top. Okay, so we are going to, and I don't like where that went down. No, 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 let go. Let go. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do my wet glue trick. We're going to put a little bit of Tombow just on this first one, which gives me my wiggle room. Okay, and I'm just going to spread that around. I usually don't tear the whole tear and tape off. I'll show you when I get to my next ones. Okay, nice and tight in the corner. Eyeball left, right, which is going to be about here. Come over just a smidge. I think I like that. And I am lined up at the top here. Okay, so there's our first waterfall down. Okay, and I like that. I've got a little more room on this side than that side, but I'm okay with that because then I'm closer to my spine. You don't want your bulk here. Okay, so there's my alignment tool. Let's burnish that down. Okay, now we're going to grab our second page, and this is what I like to do. I like to start a portion of it, bring that up. I like to call that my arm or my leg, and then I'm going to butt this edge right up against that edge there, okay? Now this is the side right here. Whoopsie, I moved. This is the side right here where I've removed some of the tape. So I'm going to press that down and I'm going to slowly release. This is how I always do my tear and tape. Okay? Page number 3. Fold your flap down, flip it over, lift up part of your tape, whichever side is easier for you to work on. Make sure your leg or your arm is facing out this way. Fold that down, line it up starting on this side here. That side is released. Now that's down. Does that make sense? I'll walk you through it again. Flip that over. That is your third waterfall. Fold it down, flip it over. Give yourself your grab arm or your grab leg, whatever you want to call it. And then I like to fold it down. Okay. I start lining up on this edge here because nothing is released here. When I have placement, I press this side here because that's where it's released. And then I'm not pressing hard here with my fingers because I want to be able to pull this without ripping this. So I give it room to do that work. Last and not least, flip it down. This is that removable tape that I put on at first. That just peels right off. Okay, we are doing good for time. We've got half an hour to cover our waterfall. Find that little extra, give it a fold down, fold it over, line it up on the left-hand side. Whoopsie. Press down right here. And there's your waterfall. Okay? So there's your 5-page waterfall. Done and done. And so when it's closed, this is what it looks like. So let's just give everything a really good burnish. I was sticking out just a smidge on that last side there. And so we've got about, well, we have 1/2 inch here, and we have pretty close to 1/2 inch down there. So that worked out really, really well. Now, you can round your corners if you want, or you can leave your waterfall straight. There's no right or wrong. It's just if you decide to round your corners, you've got to make sure that you're going to round your corners for your design paper. I think I'm going to leave mine straight. And the reason why we didn't miter the corner is because in between each waterfall, we're going to have a little strip of the black cardstock peeking through. And that's where, remember how I said don't throw anything away because you would be amazed? We scored each waterfall at 1/2 inch, okay? So we know that we probably have about, where am I? My brain is sore. Probably about 3/8 of an inch, okay? Strip of design paper. So I will show you what I do. So this measures 6.5 across. We're not going to put any of this down. I just want to show you my reasoning. So 6.5, I need my bigger cutter. So for instance, if I was going to use this, we're going to measure 6.5, which is right here. And then I said 3/8 of an inch. So then grab your little cutter. Do I have a, I don't have a 3/8 of an inch. Is this 3/8 of an inch? We'll find out. I have a feeling this is where my 3/8 of an inch is on my little Fiskars. No, even less. Even less. Okay, you know what? Let's grab paper trimmer to the rescue. I need a smidge off of here. Where is 3/8 of an inch? Right there. This is going to be interesting. So we're going to find 3/8 of an inch. Oh boy. I don't know if I can do this without, don't move. Let's lay that down. And then let's just let go of it. Don't move. Put that flap down. Let's see what happens. Give that a slice. That is 3/8 of an inch. So that would go right in there, like so. Now, if I would have mitered the corners, this strip would not go down as nice. So even if I take my removable and put a strip of removable on there, you would see what that looks like, okay? And I would probably trim just a smidge off because it's hanging over the edge. let's measure this. Now these should all measure the same, okay? So we're going to measure for real. So this is 6.5. So I want to go about 1, 2, 6 3/8. Did I measure that right? 1, 2, 6 3/8 by 5 inches, so by 4 7/8. Now, and I'm going to do that 5 times, right? I know 3/8 was so perfect. I'm going to do that 5 times, but sometimes I'm not 100% sure if I measured exactly correct. So this is what I like to do. I like to make myself a template. So I take my paper trimmer, I take a piece of scrap paper. This is how, when I'm doing my card classes a lot of times too, if I'm doing kind of a lot of precision cutting, I use scrap computer paper. So this is just a piece that I don't need anymore. And I'm going to cut 6 3/8 by 4 7. So 6 and, no, where do I find 3/8 on this? 6 and 1, 2. I think this is 3/8. I think. I'm not going to find 3/8 on this. Let me grab my big cutter. Sorry. My lines are too funny out there. So 6 3/8. 1, 2. There's 3/8 right there. 6 3 by, what did I say? 4 7? Yeah. 4 7. So even with my pencil trick, I do know how to read a ruler. I just get really lazy sometimes. So then here's my dry fit. This is 6 3/8 by 4 7/8. And let's grab another piece of scrap paper just so we can see perfect placement. So that's what I need. So there's my template, 6 3 by 4 7. I'm going to hang on to that because I'm going to measure each sheet or each waterfall as I come down, okay? Just to make sure that my measuring was perfect. So that's my little template. So let's go. Let's find that that checker that we were agonizing over. So I think I need another full sheet of it, which is right down here. I love this design paper. And we want 6 3 by 4 7. And I have one sheet. 6 1, 2, 3/8 is right there. Beautiful scrap. 4 7. I gotta watch the time. And so actually, you know what? I just chucked that in. This piece here is the perfect width. And so we're ready for another piece of gold, right? Okay. Ladies, where did I put my silicone mat? We want this along the top. Or do I want this along the top, which pulls in the gold right away, and this can be for actually another page. So a lot of times what I do is I don't adhere my waterfall design paper right away. I wait until I have all the pieces that I want. I need to cut this 4 and 7. Am I going the right way here? Yeah, 4 and 7. Measure twice, cut once, especially if you are running low on your design paper. You don't want to be making that mistake. I have done it. And I cannot count how many times I've done it. Okay, I definitely don't want this against this. So this can possibly, nothing's down, nothing's down. See, I don't know that I like that same design paper. I shouldn't have cut it. My bad. My bad, my bad. That's not going to work. That could potentially work. I want to find this. What was the other side of that? Watch the time, Denise. What was the other side of that? Ooh, and there's also this. So these could work. Found it. This had that on the other side, and I think I want to pull that in. So if this would be my first DSP on my waterfall, I think I like that. Okay, so we're going to cut. Do I want to cut it this way or that way first? I think I'm going to cut it that way first. So I'm going to cut 4 and 7/8. Can you smell the smoke? How about the gold check from the fishing paper? I will definitely check that. But this is going to work on one of the pages. So let's just, so what did I say? 4 and 7 by 6 and 3. 1, 2, 3. We're not putting anything down with glue. So that could potentially be there, and even flip it that way. Okay, so the fishing paper. Fishing paper, where are you? Oh boy. Am I out of fishing paper? Where did it go? Wendy, where did I put that? Where did I put that? Let me bring my whole bin up. Okay, so this is He's the Man. This is all of that wood grain. There's some blues in here. That's more greeny than blue, and that's the wrong blue. There is the fishing paper, and look what I found. I found a big piece of scrap in with all of my 12 by 12. These were supposed to be in my scrap bin, not my full 12 and 12 bin. Tisk tisk. And this. Okay. We are finding. Okay. Now, Wendy says that in this fishing paper, there is gold checks. I wonder if I used them all already. There's the fish. Oh, this page here. That could for sure work. I think we need to pull that in. And I love this. Okay, girls, we've got 20 minutes. Is she gonna do it, people? Is she gonna do it? Okay. So we've got 1 potential, 2 potential. Well, I've cut them, so I think I'm kind of committed. And then this one here, I think this is what you meant, Wendy. That would be cool. I just wouldn't put the checks right up against each other. I could have this on the last page, which would be kind of cool. I think that works. So if I did that, we could even tuck this in here. Yeah, I like that. And then when you flip it over, you're seeing the gold. This can be our top paper. The blues are a little bit different, but you know what? This kind of, let's see. This pulls in with that back here. Ooh, I like the paper that's facing up now too, where the plastic is now. Oh, this. Yeah, that definitely works too. And because it's directional like that, if this is the one that you're talking about, Wendy, that would actually look really nice on our very front cover because it's directional. And because with your waterfall, I think that's what you meant, Wendy. Because this is your waterfall and you've got these design papers just kind of like hiccuping one right after the other, this is the kind of the spot where it seems to take a little bit longer. But then oftentimes too, it's the whole thinking it through and taking too long rather than just, sometimes it's, yeah. I don't care for this. I don't mind that. And I mean, what we can do too, because I think this is part of what is messing with me, is just juggling that around. So I've got kind of pattern, more solid, and another pattern. I like that better. I'm actually not minding what I'm looking at right now. So this is just going to be a smidge. I think I like what we have. I think we just found it, and that was way, way easier than I anticipated. Unless we have, do I have a little piece of this fish? I want to see if I've got a smidge of that somewhere. What was on the other side? Ooh, what did I just find? It's not the right size. And the other side of this, how can I not have any more of that? I figured I would have a piece of it because I wonder if I've been bad and I've not put all my scraps where they belonged. I don't mind this. I don't mind that at all. I think I'm going to go. Yeah, Wendy, I agree. I like this. Okay, let's move all of this out of the way, and I'm going to take inventory later and put my pieces parts where they belong and my fulls where they belong. We are cutting this at 4 7/8 this way. Yeah, 4 7/8. Let's go ahead and do that. Ta-ta, where's my little cutter? 4 7/8. By 6 3, and I should have just kept my big one out. 6 and 1 2 3/8. You never know. Four and 7 by 6 and 3. Okay, where's my removable? Where is that? This is actually super valuable when you're in the middle of album making, because if you don't have time to put it together, at least you can put it down. Okay, see how this is not, well, yeah, I don't think that's going to work, but anyway, this one is going to go down here like so. This one. So even if I don't have time to glue these, at least we know what we're doing. This one I knew wouldn't fit, but let's see if we can find that. I might have to replace it. I think you came from here. So you are this on one side and that on the other. Oh dear. Don't know. Not looking so hot. What do we have here? That's not going to work. This could potentially work. Let's see. Yeah, that could work, because this pulls in with that, and then this still goes nicely ish with that, and with the edges dusted, because I don't have another piece of what we had originally had, and that's going to have to go that way. So this is going to be 6 3/8 going this way. 1 2 3/8. Do we do the other side where the black? Yes, we do. And you know what? What I like to do on that other side, I'm going to show you. I will show you what I do on the other side. So here's some scrap. Okay, my table is a hot mess. Let's put that down. Flip that up. And now, because I've got this cut away a little bit, because I cut a fish, I want, which way do I want these fish? Chances are I'm going to end up going more long. So, with less waste, because this is cut away, I'm going to cut this way first. So we are 4 7/8 tall, and I'm totally rubbing this, oh my goodness, in my, so 4 7/8 by 6 and 3. And you know what? This could even, nope. But it was a thought. Where did I put my removable tape? Right in front of me. So 4 7 by 6 and 3. So down you go. And what happened here? Four and 7 by 6 and 3. I actually don't mind this at all. Katie, Grandma is coming. So there's our waterfall. Okay. So this is what you do on the back side. This is where you would grab all of your photos. Okay. And I think you know where I'm going, because these are perfect photo mats. So you would grab this one, and it would go there. And then, and of course, your pictures all have to be going the right way. So I wouldn't do it this way, but this is just giving you an example. And I mean, you would mat out the back. Okay, like so. Okay, now I'm going to show you. So each of these waterfalls are a photo mat. Okay, so you would decorate them. Okay, this is where you would do little things. You would decorate them. Like, let's say this picture. This is one of my new, oh, I have to show you, one of my new favorite dies that I bought. And did I tuck it away? Where did you go? I thought I had left it out because I wanted to show you. I think it was called Tags to Go. It's a bundle. Tags to Go bundle. But in that bundle, there are like locks and keys. These are perfect little ephemeras for decorating your pages. So let's say the locks went with this picture. You would just, put some pictures down where there's kind of like an empty space on the photo. Okay, so that's what I do on the inside of my photo mats. And the reason I don't do it on the outside is because then you're left with something like this, okay? And I'd rather see, but you can still put pictures on this side too. Like you can decorate the top of the design paper of the waterfall. You can fussy cut a picture of your person that the book belongs to. I'm tripping over my words. I want to show you a completed waterfall, and it's entirely different than this book. Okay, so I'm going to glue these down when I get back from, well, not when I get back, because I don't want Katie to see the book. I don't want her to know what I'm up to. Okay. But I will glue these down. So now I'm actually ready for photos in this book. But let me show you a completed book, an entirely different album that I created years ago. And I think I taught this class like, oh my goodness, 8 years ago. So this is Katie, the little one that well, she's not so little, but this was when she was little, that I'm picking up today at school, okay? So I just, right on the back of her picture, I journaled when she was born, her weight. Here's a little gusseted pocket with a magnet in there. And then here's a completed waterfall, okay? So I did round the edges, so I still might. And sometimes when you have a part of your album that is going to be very interactive, the rounded corners kind of save it, that you don't end up with these dog-eared corners. So I will likely round my corners. So here's all my design paper showing through on this side. And when you flip open, there is a picture. And here's my little gusset or spine. Here's design paper, nothing on it. But these are all the little faces of Katie when she was a tiny baby. She hasn't even seen this book yet. I don't want to gift my grandchildren their books till I'm done one for all of them. Oh, I forgot to put a piece of, I've got to find another picture in there. I got to find another picture. So this is an entirely different little album that I taught 8 years ago. So interactive, it flips open, it's populated with pictures. I haven't decorated them. This is me 8 years ago, or no, more than 8 years ago. How old is Katie? Wow, she's 11, so 10 years ago. So here's a pocket. So I took a picture and I mounted it on a piece of cardstock just to give this picture a little more strength, and it became the edge of the pocket. And these are, I think I've got a picture or a mat on either side, okay? And so I left a lot of it blank so that Mom can put on there what she wants, okay? Here's a picture of both Katie and Owen. And I did the same idea here with this pocket. Lots of pictures in there. Here's my dad, my hero. Oh, I love you, Pa. I miss that man. There's my mother. And so this just flips and flaps. This is my husband. That's my love. Katie and her two brothers. Tons and tons of pictures in these pockets. I love doing this. So Kathy, I don't know if you're still here. This is Dean's mom. And so I've got all of these pictures, and I've got pictures on the other side. So lots of pictures for Katie to kind of poke through. This is just a smaller little pocket. This is another little flap with a place for journaling. Okay. another pocket edge, another pocket full of flaps, or full of pictures with cousins, and then on the last page, just another pocket with more pictures. Oh, and it's not even the last page. Katie, you've got tons of pictures, my girl. And then in here, we've got, that's me with her, and then our little family tree. Okay, so that's just another example of a waterfall. And so then I thought, you know what, I'll just tour you through the whole book. Oh yes, absolutely. And that's where it becomes really fun. And that's where oftentimes it becomes harder to do, right? Because it's like, and I'm not afraid to cut pictures and to cut into them and all of that. But so lots of fun. So I'm going to round those corners on the waterfall that we worked on this afternoon. And then I'm going to put the design paper down. But yeah, I'm gonna round the corners because I don't want my corners to start dog earing on me. And then we're ready to populate pictures in here. So how fun. But I gotta run because I gotta go get my girl, and we will talk to you all later. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Have a wonderful weekend, and we will talk to you later. Bye now. I can't get in here. There we go. Talk to you. Bye.